Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here. Founders, still, of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies.
You almost forgot what you were going to say.
Even while we're here on location.
It's always weird, like, being in a new place.
It is. I'm totally out of my element here. Welcome to another episode of our podcast called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
Ooh, good thing you got that one. Welcome to another episode. This is one of our live episodes, and we're on location. I've been waiting to say that. So, and you can see where we're at right here. You see the Capitol. You see right there. So we're in the live music capital of the world, Austin, Texas. This town is so great.
Yes.
We lived here for many years. My family's still here. And actually that's why we're here, because every year we go to your family or my family for Christmas, and it rotates. And so this last year we were supposed to come here. But that stupid, what is it? Yeah, the stupid virus that shall remain nameless got us both. And I thought it was so much fun that I went to the hospital on Christmas Day. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're okay.
Yes, I am great. I'm glad I'm okay too.
But we missed Texas.
Yeah, but we missed Texas. So we made sure to make it up. And we actually we came down here for a week, and we actually caught both my sister's birthday and Easter. So we're just knocking them out while we're here. But, and you'll hear through some of the other updates here, it's not really a vacation. This is a workcation.
Yes, I'm calling it a workcation.
And so we do have a couple minutes where we're not working in this room. I think the most I've seen of Austin is through the window right here.
We've got so much going on that we're forced to, from the time we wake up till, a normal work day, we're working in here, and then we're off to go see your family. So we get to work in a different location.
That's right.
That's kind of the viewpoint.
Yep.
Yeah. And so health and fitness. So you guys know that we started the concierge level nutrition program, and they have been fantastic. Where even we were doing workouts. I was doing body weight workouts here, and then you went down to the gym.
I was in the gym.
Doing dumbbell workouts. And it's a, slow progress. We're both still sore. Getting in and out of cars and doing anything normal just feels like it's so incredibly difficult.
Yes.
It's like, oh.
Sitting hurts.
But we've been, good. I'm proud of us.
Yep.
They have us answer these questionnaires every single week. And, what are you high-fiving yourself for today? And I'm like, I'm still going.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still doing everything.
So that's that.
Awesome. And then a little update on we walked a storage unit last week. And so the update on that is we've been going through negotiations, and the LOI was finally agreed upon
last night.
So we're just waiting on the John Hancock's.
Yes. Super, super exciting. That's going to be our first self-storage facility.
Or is it Herbie Hancock? That's a joke. See who gets that one.
I didn't, obviously.
Yeah, okay. See what movie reference that was.
Another really cool thing that happened this past week was we were invited, and it's invitation only, to be resident experts for Think Realty.
Yeah.
So Think Realty is an organization run by Eddie Wilson, and he may have some partners, but he's the main person that we know. And so he sent a quick message and said, hey, would you be interested in being one of the resident experts for this program? And I said, let me talk to Flip. And then Flip told me it's up to me. And so I said, heck yeah.
What was I thinking?
So we were back and forth with, his team members, and we're just getting everything signed today. But it means we're going to be we're going to be creating videos for them to be in their library of resident experts, and we're going to be focused on multifamily. We're going to be on their podcast, be writing articles, and featured at some of their events. And I think the first one is going to be another one in Tampa in, I don't even know, maybe July. I got to write it down, and we got to put it on our calendar.
And I'm this minute years old learning about all of this.
So it's super exciting. And part of that was they watched some of these episodes, right? They picked, even when
and we still got it?
I know. So Eddie watched an episode and said, hey, you guys would be good for this. Would you be interested? And then once they passed us off, I watched some samples of the other ones, and I said, so do you want to watch some of our videos just to make sure you want us?
Did you see it?
And so they just handpicked 4 episodes, watched them, and ultimately said, we want to use those. We can rebrand them and make sure that, but like that right there was, because you and I we're just here having fun. Yep. That's it.
Yep.
So that was exciting.
We successfully made it through our quarterly planning meetings last week.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun. There was the whole team that was there. All the VAs were up on the screen because they were not Zooming anymore. We're using Google Meets now.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, but the whole team was there, and so it was a great time that everybody got together and everyone could finally hear what we're doing in FCI, Freedom Capital Investments, and with our podcast.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
And 2 of the days that we've been here locked in a hotel room working all day is because our legal docs came in for the 48 unit.
Yes.
It's finalized. We're never allowed to talk about an offering or an opportunity to our existing relationships until a PPM is finalized. So it was finalized on Monday. Flip and I started working on all the offering memorandum marketing pieces on Tuesday. Showed it to the team, I think, Wednesday morning. Got feedback on what final edits needed to be made. Made those final edits. Made a recording of it. And I think the email just went out either this morning or yesterday late. I think it was this morning to our investor list talking about the opportunity. And just as a reminder, if you didn't get this email, it's because you're not in the investor club. Because this opportunity, even though we very vaguely in mass generalities talk about it here, we can't tell you all the details. We can't tell you anything, really. You have to be in our investor club. We have to have had a conversation with you about your goals and what you want to do investment-wise so that we can understand them. But this is an offering that we get to offer to both accredited and non-accredited investors. If you haven't watched that video where we talk about 506Bs and 506Cs and how non-accredited investors can get involved in investments, this is part of it. You don't get the opportunity unless you have a relationship with us because we can't publicly advertise these deals. So we finished that offering memorandum. The email went out. The team is doing a webinar, I think on Friday. Maybe next week, I don't know, because they're in charge of that.
That's right.
Super excited that is finally making some headway in terms of inviting our investors to participate.
Well, that's awesome. Well, like she said, excuse me, the investor club right down here, freedomcapitalinvestments.com. Head on over there and you can join the investor club. Again, we're on all of the social media stuff. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. Reviews, requests, recommendations, all that fun stuff. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest smart.
Live happy. Bye everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss, y'all.